Morgan Wallen, I'm the Problem, album review. Let's talk about it. How y'all doing? Welcome to the Let's Talk About It Music Reviews Season 11. How y'all doing? Welcome to the show. Guys, to end off the final episode for this week, for a Wednesday night, I guess you could say Thursday night, Morgan Wallen, we're going to finally finish my coverage of talking about Morgan Wallen. Guys, it has been a very long ride. Ever since the singles were coming out, ever since this album came out, we've been dropping reviews and reviews and reviews of this album. But it's finally time. It's finally time to start talking about another artist. Time to finally move on. And, before we move on, we have to talk about this whole entire album. Guys, I'm the Problem. I've been waiting for this album. I've been very curious to what I was going to hear. And, hey, my expectations, they were definitely expectations. So let's get into it, guys. Let's go. Now, before we get into this, I will always go over what my album review system is. We always got to go over that. So we're going to go over 3 overall points of the album. I have some talking points, and then we're going to go over every single track off that album and rank them out of 1 out of 5, and then we'll give my overall thoughts about the album, and then the final score. So that's how it's going to be. That's how it's always been. Let's get into it, starting off with I'm the Problem. And let's start off with the production, with my first point. We already have to talk about that. Now, look, I will be real, guys. The production is a very disappointment of this album. I think the production could be way better. For one, I do like how some songs, there is that moment of that country sound. There is moments of, some guitars that really get to show out on this whole entire album. But there are songs where, I'm looking at these songs and I'm kind of going, what the fuck is this instrumental? So we have basic-ass guitar loops throughout this whole entire album. The whole entire shit. And then you have drums. You have these drums that, just don't sound good. There's only a few tracks off this album where I can say that the drums are actually really good. The rest of the album, though, the beats, holy shit. I would rather listen to TikTok pop songs. They got better-ass beats than this. There's some songs where the mixing of the drums is so fucking bad that I just kind of go, what do we do here? What happened into the production? I think one of the disappointing factors of this production is that, yes, there is some switch-ups. Yes, there is some moments where we get that older Morgan Wallen style with that more trap sound. There is some of those tracks. But those tracks are, by the way, those tracks are some of the worst tracks off the album. So, that's just lovely to goddamn hear, The tracks where you think Morgan Wallen can sound most comfortable at, he does not sound at all. Now, I will say this, though, the next point is the features. I will say this, I think the features were pretty good. We got Tate McRae, we got Ernest, we got the Upchurch guy. Honestly, all the features that I covered were pretty decent. They were pretty good. Especially the Tate McRae one, I was actually very surprised because I remember on my coverage of Tate McRae, I said myself that Tate McRae does not sound good on, guitar instrumentals. I listened to her last song off the album and I said, yeah, can we go back to the pop stuff? Can we go back to the more R&B type production? Because what the fuck am I listening to? But then this track came on and I was actually very surprised. Tate McRae absolutely killed it on here. So, look, you can say anything you want about this album. I don't think it's anything groundbreaking, but I will say this. I think, this is one of the better feature lineups for an album that I've heard so far. So that's a pretty good thing, in my opinion. Now, my next point, though, is Morgan Wallen's performance overall. A couple of tracks, Morgan Wallen sounds great. He sounds comfortable. The auto-tune's not messed up. The singing's really good. But then, out of a few tracks, out of, fucking 20 plus, it feels like Morgan Wallen is really grasping for straws, really grasping for air when it comes to making music. I just hear in his vocals that he's not even trying at some of these tracks. I mean, some of the singing is so bad that it's laughable. I mean, the auto-tune in some of these songs sound like it's clipping out. I mean, holy shit. And I remember there's this one track, and even if it's just an interlude, you know, it's a pretty shitty-ass interlude. But, you know, Morgan Wallen tries to do this more like, I guess, like a country R&B, like, fusion track. I don't even know, honestly. We'll go over it. I'll tell y'all what track it is. But, you know, this style, I'm like, okay, Morgan Wallen, you might be able to cook. And then he starts singing, and the vocals are so bad. They're so fucking bad that I'm just surprised that he put that out and said that's a good song. I don't even know if he thinks it's a good song. Let's just be real. I mean, I understand it's like an interlude, but holy fuck. Don't put the interlude out if it's going to sound this goddamn terrible. So, yeah, you know, it's one of those things where I think Morgan Wallen's vocals have had a downgrade. I think really in 2025, Morgan Wallen has really lost the ability to sing. I mean, I'll just be real. I mean, I really wanted to give him a chance on this album, and there was some tracks where it reminded me of Morgan Wallen back in the day, a couple of years ago, but guys, I don't know what happened. You know, maybe getting locked up, you know, killed his vocal cords or something. I don't know. All I know is that he is not singing well anymore, which is a very disappointment. I mean, when you got tracks like Superman and holy shit, Morgan Wallen, it sounds so fucking bad that I'm just laughing my ass off. And this is a song for his kid. If I was the kid, I would be goddamn disappointed. My dad is singing so fucking terrible. I mean, holy shit. So yeah, guys, you know, that's definitely something. But those are my overall points now. Let's go over every single track. We're going to rate this track, each of these tracks. We're going to go over... We're going to go over all 37 tracks. Holy fuck. By the way, this album is almost 2 hours long. Wow. 2 fucking hours long of Morgan Wallen. I would rather shoot myself. But I listened to it, guys. I've listened to the whole thing. And, you know, hey, I will say this, though. I did like one track. Out of 36 songs, I did like one track. And honestly, I will probably continue to listen to this one track. It's a really good song. So, let's start off with the first song, I'm the Problem. This song is terrible. I know this was a single, but I cannot underestimate, guys. I can't underestimate how terrible this song is. First of all, production. Basic as hell. The guitars feel like it's electronic loop. I mean, what the fuck? Morgan Wallen singing here. I mean, I would rather eat KFC. I would rather fucking go to a 1-star goddamn restaurant and risk my goddamn life than eat this shit. I mean, this song is terrible. But the next song, we'll rate that, and honestly, I'll rate a 1 out of fucking 5. I Got Better. This one's an easy 1 out of 5, too. Morgan Wallen did not get better. I mean, holy shit. I mean, this one's even worse. I mean, holy fuck. This one is an easy 1 out of 5. Vocal performance is fucking god-awful. The hook is god-awful. I mean, holy shit. The next track, Superman. You know, the verses were actually really good in this song. They had such good build-up, but that production holds this song back. The guitars are so fucking basic. You know, it doesn't sound country at all. And then we get to this hook, this Superman hook. I just want to ask one question, guys. When the hell are you singing the Superman hook from Morgan Wallen? I can tell you. You're probably not at all singing this shit. This Superman hook is terrible. Holy fuck. Bad song. This shit's an easy 0 out of 5. But the next track is What I Want featuring Tate McRae. This is actually a pretty good track. I mean, this is where we get some really great production from Morgan Wallen. I get reminded that, oh yeah, Morgan Wallen used to be a pretty good country singer, you know. Really good ear for production on here. The guitars actually feel like some good old country guitars. You feel that soul, you feel that energy. Morgan Wallen's singing his ass off on here. Tate McRae's also singing her ass off on here, and they also do a little bit of a duet together. Pretty good song in my opinion. This one's an easy 4 out of 5. Just in case, we are back to terrible ass music again, because I love the fact that after What I Want, we get Just in Case. Just in case, like I said when I reviewed this damn single, production is so bad that it's like, what the fuck am I listening to? Vocals too. It sounds like the auto-tune is fucking messing up. I mean, holy shit. This one's an easy fucking 2 out of 5. And then we got the next track, which is even worse, guys. The interlude, the fucking R&B, country, fusion, whatever the fuck this shit was. I don't think you should ever put out a song called Interlude and then actually put out a terrible ass interlude. This shit is bad. 0 out of 10. Falling Apart. I'm falling apart talking about this goddamn album. I mean, holy shit. Falling Apart honestly has a pretty good hook. I really do enjoy the hook, but the verses are so basic. They feel so short, and they don't really have a lot of weight to them at all. So this one's just an easy 3 out of 5. We got Skull, Chevy, and Browning. This is actually a really good song. I really like the hook. I think the hook here is really good. The flow of the hook is really nice. I think the vocals are really nice. But the only bad thing about this song is the verses. The verses are really bringing down this song. They're too long. They go on for way too fucking long. Holy shit. And then, you know, you have really great production. You have a really great hook. But it's like when I talk about, you know, pop songs. You know, if the verses are not hitting, the song's not going to fucking hit. So this one's just a 3 out of 5. Eyes Are Closed. Wow. You know, I thought it could get worse. I'll just be real. But Eyes Are Closed is like taking every Morgan Wallen song and then just making a terrible ass beat. I mean, the trap beat on here is so fucking bad. I mean, wow. 1 out of 5. Kick Myself. Kick Myself is an alright track. I'm just confused about the verses. I'm really confused about this hook. I feel like the production's pretty decent, but the verses are not helping out at all. 2 out of 5. 20 Cigarettes. 0 out of 10. 0 out of 5. 0 out of 6. 0 out of 8. I mean, what the fuck am I listening to, guys? TN is like, you know, going back to the old Morgan Wallen days. I liked it. I liked the trap beat. It sounded good. Production was good. I like that there's a beat switch. This one's an easy, just 3 out of 5. Missing. I don't even remember this track. Missing sounds missing. Fucking 1 out of 5. I mean, I don't even remember this track. Probably for good reason. Where'd That Girl Go? Where'd That Girl Go? I think the hook actually is really good. I'm really going to say that. I think the hook is really good. Verses, though, I will say verses are definitely lacking. They're just not that good. They go on for way too long. Genesis. Genesis is a terrible-ass song. The production is so fucking bad. Alright, guitars feel like they're in a tunnel. Bass feels like it's in a goddamn tunnel. The beat of this song feels like a tunnel. And then fucking Morgan Wallen is like preaching to me. The fuck is Morgan Wallen preaching to me? I mean, this whole song is about goddamn drinking. This whole album is about fucking drinking. The fuck? 0 out of 5. Revelation. 0 out of 5. What are these fucking tracks? Genesis, Revelation. What the fuck are we doing? I'm not going for Morgan Wallen for the goddamn Bible. I mean, holy shit. Revelation sucks. The production is terrible. The hook is terrible. The verses are terrible. What the fuck are we doing? This is such a terrible ass lineup. Missing, Where'd That Girl Go? Genesis, Revelation. What the fuck are we doing? Holy shit! Thank God. Thank God the next track is number 3 and number 7 featuring Eric Church. Eric Church was a bad feature, but Morgan Wallen had a pretty good performance. I like the guitar. I like how the guitar actually has some soul to it. I'm glad that the guitar, actually gets to do its thing on here and doesn't feel like a computer fucking loop. Yeah, this is a really good track. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Kiss Her in Front of You. I think this hook is terrible. I really do. I think this hook is terrible, and when it switches to the trap beat feels so underwhelming. The drums feel so terrible to listen to. An easy 2 out of 5. If You Were Mine. What are we doing here? 1 out of 5. Don't We? Really, guys? Don't We? This is what the track is called? Holy shit. Playboy Carti can make better titles than this. And Playboy Carti's Playboy Carti, guys. Holy shit. Don't We? Are we in 2nd grade? Holy shit. 1 out of 5. Just for that title alone. Thank God the next track has come back as a redneck featuring Hardy. Hardy did his thing on here. Morgan Wallen did his thing on here. I really love the sound overall of this album. Of this song, my bad. I really like that. I think Come Back as a Redneck is pretty good. I'm going to easily give that one a 4 out of 5. Love Somebody is actually a pretty decent track too. I think the hook is actually really nice. It's really good to listen to. Production is absolutely on point. That one's an easy 3 out of 5. Dark Till Daylight. We're back to shitty-ass Morgan Wallen music. Production. First of all, this dark country sound just sounds off. It just sounds terrible to listen to. 1 out of 5. But thank God the next track is my favorite song off the album, and honestly a track that I would listen to on my free time, is The Dealer, featuring Ernest. Ernest was a pretty good on this song, and then you have Morgan Wallen absolutely killing it. I think this hook is addicting. The guitars here feel so good. I'm glad that there's a little bit of a guitar solo. This one's an easy 5 out of 5. Leaving's the least I could do. This one too. Wow. What a terrible-ass track. First of all, the lyrics on this song have me very concerned. Who's ever fucking dating Morgan Wallen? Holy shit. And then, you have the verses that just sound fucking terrible. And then you have the hook that just sounds god-awful. The least I could do is fucking turn off this album. Holy shit. 1 out of 5. Jack and Jill. To have a track that, could have a fun name to it, has a really fun name. I really love how bland and boring the production is on Jack and Jill. This could maybe been a fun, drinking song or, a sad, fun drinking song with some, really great production. Nope. Morgan Wallen throws that shit out the goddamn window. I Ain't Coming Back featuring Post Malone. Morgan Wallen sounds absolutely terrible on this song. The vocal performance is so bad. But Post Malone was okay, I guess. 3 out of 5. Nothing Left. Yeah, I have nothing left to say about this stupid album. But we're almost done, guys. Nothing Left. Again, guys. What am I listening to? Drink Until It Does. Both of these tracks sound the same too, which is funny. The guitars sound the same, production sounds the same. So these both can get a 1 out of 5. Smile. I remember when I did Smile, the single review. I think Smile is one of the worst Morgan Wallen songs I've listened to in a while, in a long time. The auto-tune sounds like it's clipping out. The vocals sound like they're clipping out. 1 out of 5. Working Man song. This one's pretty good. I think this is a pretty decent track. I like the production. I like the guitars. I'm glad that there's like a couple of guitar solos in here, which is really nice. The hook is pretty good. This is not a track I would listen to though on my own time, but you know, this is a pretty decent country song. This one's an easy 4 out of 5. Whiskey in Reverse. You know, I really wish I could go reverse back in time and never listen to Morgan Wallen ever again, because Whiskey in Reverse sounds so fucking boring, sounds so, like, plain to listen to. Like, what the fuck are we even doing? And then you got Crazy Eyes. Again, I'm very concerned who the fuck is dating Morgan Wallen. What the hell is this goddamn song? These both can get a 0 out of 5 for all I goddamn care. LA Night. Another track that sounds bad. The pop beat is fucking terrible. The production is terrible. The vocals are goddamn terrible. Holy shit. Wow. Wow. 1 out of 5. Miami. Miami's an alright track, I guess, but like, you know, when we're on 37 songs at this goddamn point, and the song is Miami next up, which has like just nothing to do with this whole entire album. And then the next track is Lies, and I'm a Little Crazy, which is like the worst ending lineup to an album. I think I'm a Little Crazy is the worst track ever to end off a goddamn album. All 3 of these tracks can get an easy 2 out of 5. Guys, when we talk about this album, Morgan Wallen, I'm the Problem, I want to say this first. 37 tracks is way too long. I mean, holy shit, guys. I went from listening to Playboi Carti recently. That shit had 30 tracks long. I would rather listen to Playboi Carti than ever grace my goddamn ears on this shit. So, the album is bloated, production is absolutely stale, and the only good tracks off the album are the features. Why? Why put out a project if your only good songs off that goddamn album is when you got goddamn features? Wow. Guys, this might be one of the worst country albums I've ever listened to. Good job, Morgan Wallen. Great job for making such a bland, boring-ass country album. Guys, you know what I'm going to rate this album out of 10? Guess what, guys? You know, I was thinking, should I go a little easy on Morgan Wallen? Should I be like, you know, I don't want to give a bad score or anything? Nah, fuck that. Fuck that. This is a lazy-ass album. I'm going to easily give this fucking album a 1 out of 10. This shit should be a 0 out of 10. And the only reason it's a 1 out of 10 because I had one song that I really enjoyed. That's the only goddamn reason. You can miss me with 30 fucking 6 songs of Morgan Wallen, not even goddamn trying. Wow. Guys, let me know. Did you hate this album like I did? Did you dislike this album like I did? I don't know. Let me know. Guys, if you're on YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, wherever you get your podcast at, make sure you follow, turn on notifications, guys. I'll say I already have a good one. I need to go drink away my sorrows. I need to drink away my pain because, God, I just got done listening to 37 tracks of goddamn Morgan Wallen. Guys, I'm going to go to church. I'll say I already have a good one. Bye.